and Vugu Nayosi, Black Revolutionary Now. Just wanted to bring you this video on Jim Crow Joe Biden. And if you want to know where the word Jim Crow came from and affiliated with him, just go look up the 1994 crime bill when he was a senator in Delaware, and you're gonna see where we get our name from. So anyways, him dropping out of the race have nothing to do with us, because I already see the narrative on Kamala Harris being the first black woman, but we all seen the headlines for years. They always use black and Asian, so she recognized her Asian side or her Indian side, but when she want to pander to black people, she want to say that she's black, so she could jump in and out according to who she's speaking in front of. So we're not gonna play that game, and we understand, based on her attitude towards black people, we already see what side she's siding with. But I want to take a twist on this, because I see a lot of Negroes who have this philosophy on supporting the Democrat Party, vote blue no matter who. So we have a Asian woman who Biden endorsed when he dropped out. Some people might say, hey, she gonna be the face of the Democratic Party. But what this actually means for black people, absolutely nothing. It's just another face behind a party to represent the same outcome for black people. It's the same thing. And this scaring tactics of, well, don't vote for the orange man because of this and all this, and Project 2025 and the January 6th and all this white supremacists he wild up and he involved, whatever. We have been dealing with that for decades. So they're not going to use that to scare us, to fearmonger us into going to vote for a party for absolutely nothing. We need to stay relaxed and calm no matter what shift is happening, especially when it doesn't involve us directly. We should get involved if we want something to affect us directly. But if we're not participating, and what I mean is using our power vote as a block to make a change, all these other strategic move or who's dropping out or who's running or whatever, it doesn't mean nothing to us as black people. We get too wild up on these breaking news or whatever. I don't give a damn if Jim Crow Joe drop out of the race, which was, I mean, inevitable, seeing his performance in that debate. Like, we could see that coming. You know what I mean? And this whole, he have C19 was a segue into saying, well, yeah, well, you know, though, he catches C19, so, and I mean, he's not feeling well, whatever. Come on, man. The moment I heard that, I already don't see what it was doing, because they were scrambling after his weak performance to try to see how they're gonna let him bow out gracefully. And he never even make a video address. He made a statement in writing, and we all know, whoever control and write for him or whatever, we all know he didn't actually write that. Come on. I mean, we should be so hipped on this game, on how these politics play out and how they micromanage these people down to a T. And knowing his condition, where he can even form a coherent sentence together, you actually think he actually wrote that statement? But I wanted to play this video specifically with Van Jones. And for all who is not familiar with Van Jones, this plantation Negro is always crying on TV. It's really pathetic. And he made a video. Well, he was on CNN. And this video just kind of state, he's talking about Joe Biden, he's an uncle and blah, blah, and yes, he was this. And this Negro is crying like a slave on a plantation for his white daddy. It's just pathetic. Check out this video on Van Jones being a plantation slave, crying after a white man, Jim Crow Joe Biden. It's crazy. Check it out and we'll come back and discuss it.
Yeah, there's a lot of political stuff. The Democratic Party is a family. At the end of the day, this is a family matter. You know, Joe Biden's body may not be as strong as it used to be. His language skills may not be as sharp as they used to be. His heart is as big as ever. His heart is as big and as true and as strong. And this is the difference between a politician and a leader. He made a selfless decision, and people are heartbroken. Even people who are pushing for this to happen. It's kind of like when your grandpa, you got to take the keys, and everybody, you got to take his keys, you got to take his keys, you got to, and he's fighting and he's fighting, and everybody's so frustrated. And then you finally get the keys back, and then you just cry. Because this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody who was there for you. This is somebody, you wouldn't be here without him. And you have to take something from him. Now, this is not, look, this politics is politics, but this is a human moment for one of the great humans in America. This is a huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him, for all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young person watching this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what it means to put the country first, and put the party first, and put the cause first. When your arm gets tired, you let somebody else finish pitching the game. That's what Joe Biden has done, and he's done that for all of us. And so I just want to say, I don't know who's going to be the VP, the non-VP. I don't know anything about politics. I just know that I love this man. I care about this man. It was painful every day to sit up here and talk about him like he's just some problem for the party. Wait till we get to the convention. You're going to see people crying, standing, screaming, cheering. He may not get a chance to talk for 10 minutes. We finally get a chance to put our arm around this guy. He did the right thing for this country. He did the right thing for this party. All of us are going to be in this situation someday, and I hope that we take a moment to honor this man and to love this man. I love Joe Biden. I appreciate what he's done, and a lot of people are heartbroken today. Even if it's the right thing, it's still just horrible. But have we all gone through this with our own family members? Like, yeah, he's hurt, he's pissed. A lot of us wouldn't have careers. I wouldn't have a career without Joe Biden. Joe Biden picked me out of the puppy pile. He's the person that everybody says you work for Barack Obama. No, I worked for Joe Biden when I was in the administration. I was on his middle class task force. All of us have known that embrace. All of us have gotten those phone calls and those cards when bad things have happened to us. So, that's a family. That's what it is. He's hurt now. He feels let down. He feels that his friends turned on him. In the fullness of time, he'll recognize that it was done out of love and as loving a way as possible. But at the end of the day, some people, and I don't want to mention any names and ruin this day, but some people will back their leader no matter what. Some people, they don't care how many people this man has hurt and how many laws he's broken, no matter how many bad things he's done, that's our leader, we're going to back him no matter what. But this party is not like that. This is not a cult. This is a political organization. And we believe in these principles. And if somebody is sick, if somebody can't do it, there's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. If somebody can't do it, that's okay. And what you see with Joe Biden, everything was falling apart around him, but he could have stuck it out. There were people in this party who wanted him to stick it out. There are people in this party right now who are mad that he didn't stick it out. Don't act like it was all on one side. It wasn't about the donors. It was about, could this man hold together all of us anymore? And when he realized he couldn't, he did the right thing and he passed the baton. That is leadership. Pelosi did the same thing with Hakeem Jeffries. That's leadership, that's responsibility. That's what America's supposed to be about. I love Joe Biden. You have people on both sides of the fight in the party who are crying right now, who can't believe it right now. This is not a normal time, y'all. This isn't just politics. This is a moment in time to honor someone who for 50 years put this country first and sacrificed and sacrificed and sacrificed and sacrificed and sacrificed. And today, he's sacrificed again. That's Joe Biden. I love Joe Biden. This country should get around Joe Biden and help our president through these last few months.
This is the reason why we as Black people, especially the ones on TV who they say represent us as a whole, this is the reason why we can't get nowhere fast. Yes, we're making progress, but people like Van Jones, who is a gatekeeper on keeping the status quo, this Negro is crying, oh my God, I love Joe Biden. Oh my God, he just sound like a goddamn slave. This is just pathetic. And these people are too smart and too educated to know the history of these people. Like Joe Biden have a history going back since from the 70s with a busing, where he didn't want Black kids to ride the school bus with his white kids. We're talking about the 80s, where he weaponized crack to powder cocaine. We talk about the 90s, where he sit in the Senate and talk about Black men being violent. And yes, we got to sign this bill because we got to keep these people off the street. If you see the energy that Jim Crow Joe had. So this guy have a history of anti-Black racism against Black people. And this Negro, Van Jones, is crying like a plantation slave. It's just so sickening to watch Negroes like this. Who cares if he drop off? Who cares if he drop out of the race? We don't give a damn. We all know if Kamala Harris wins the presidency, which we know she not gonna, Donald Trump gonna take it. But she haven't done anything for black people. She haven't spoke on black people have on anything. Look at a famous video that went viral where they asked her about reparations, and she said, do you think I'll do anything for black people specifically? No. We all know her record when she was district attorney in San Francisco and California. How she locked up innocent black men and women. We all know her record of anti-black racism before she was even vice president. So you think they scrambled the deck and they put another face in the Democratic Party as a headliner? You think that means anything to us? It doesn't mean nothing. She's just a face. So we need to know these people records from years and years ago before they actually stepping into the spotlight. Somebody record could tell you what their agenda is for you. You could tell by the policies and the things they speak about on your behalf, and the things that actually done tangibly for you specifically. So we won't be fooled. So all these people who's getting all wild up and Joe Biden dropping out of the race, and here comes Black/Asian Harris for the front ticket of the Democratic Party. You think that changed anything for us? It haven't changed anything, because we all know as black people, left wing and right wing is still unified to one bird of white supremacy. And Vugu Nayosi, Black Revolutionary now.